Hello out there again, fellow YouTubers. John here. First off, I'd like to thank you guys for watching my first video. Glad to see it got a really good response. A lot of you guys gave some good comments, some good feedback. Right now we're going to do a video of my Laserdisc box sets. This video will be part 1 of 2, and we will be starting with the numbers through the letter J. So without further ado, let's get this party started. First box set I got for you guys, 12 Monkeys. Basic standard signature collection box set, great AC3 track, really good transfer of the movie, good documentary on here. This is one of my favorites. I still prefer this to the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray just has this hazy, awful look to it. I don't know if that was the director's intent or if that was due to overprocessing, but this just looks a lot clearer to me, so great box set to have. Next up, 1941 Signature Collection. This is one of my, believe it or not, a great movie to me. It's a misstep in Steven Spielberg's career, but a good movie nonetheless. This box set has the extended edition, also has a nice behind-the-scenes documentary. Ironically enough, if you lived overseas, you had it good. Out here, this was the best way to watch it until just recently, because the new Blu-ray set came out with a great copy in 1941, and still, I like watching this one, but the new Blu-ray, it's great, so either way. Alright, next up, we have one of my all-time favorite movies, The Abyss. Very first ever THX certified Laserdisc. Great movie, great box set, good documentary on here. Wouldn't also be complete without the Pan and Scan edition. James Cameron, he felt the need that he just didn't like widescreening on TV at the time, so he figured, let's give the fans, you know, a good pan and scan for the regular TV. What I really like about this, hopefully I can find it here, I love this little essay that he wrote just about how letterboxing is so bad and, you know, how horrible it is, but it's just a little footnote in home video history. I still watch it from time to time. I still like watching it in full frame just to see how different it was. But still a fun little set. Alright, next up, Alien. Ended up picking this one up off eBay. Surprisingly got it rot-free. This is a beautiful box set. Great behind the scenes. I love this stuff on here. It's great. And of course, got to have its companion piece, Aliens. Interesting side note to this, this is a mixed copy for me because any of you Laserdisc collectors know out there, this set is very, very prone to laser rot. As a matter of fact, this is a combination of 3 different sets in order for me to make a pure rot-free copy. Pain in the butt though it may be, great set, great bonus material. The transfer's kinda lacking. I'll just say it for argument's sake. Blu-ray wins hands down on this one, but I'm a Laserdisc collector, and my collection wouldn't be complete without it. Alright, next up, this is one beautiful box that I picked up about a year ago. Amadeus. Actually got this thing for $3. Very shocked that it had all this nice stuff in here. And you can see right there without a glare, it's a 10,000 limited edition. Actually has the book, both Laserdiscs, disc 1, disc 2. And to my surprise, it actually has this book, and it actually has the soundtrack. You know, you go to a lot of stores, you don't see this thing complete anymore. But nice and complete, $3 investment, pretty well worth it. Movie's okay. I was never a big fan of it, but this was a pretty box set, and I'd like to have it. I wanted to have it in my collection. Alright, one of my favorites, The Art of Tom and Jerry, Volume 1. The cartoons look okay. By today's standards, they're going to look a little bit better, but a lot of these cartoons are uncensored. Some of the box sets that came out on Blu-ray, DVD, they're still censored. I mean, there is one censored cartoon on here, but that's what they had limited to. That's what they were limited to, I guess. I don't know the whole story behind it, but this is just a great set. I love this thing. All right, next up, another one of my favorite movies, actually my favorite Terry Gilliam movie. Got Brazil. I actually have this on Blu-ray as well, picked that up day and date, but until that came out, this was the best way to watch it for me. I remember seeing it on DVD, and I never thought it looked that great, and I said, well, let me buy it on Laserdisc, let's see how it looks, and, well, the Laserdisc was where it was at. You know, this one's complete, movie's in full CAV format, just a great movie, love this box. Alright, next up, Casablanca. Ended up getting this at a half-price books, couple bucks. I saw this movie in speech class back when I was in college. Never had any interest to see it, but sure enough, I ended up really enjoying it. I picked up this box set just to say, hey, I have it, and I haven't watched it in years, and I haven't watched it since, but, one of these days I'll get around to it. All right, next up, we got Criterion Spine #1, Citizen Kane. As everyone knows, this was the movie that set off the whole thing going to where we have special features and movies and everything. This was one of like the first box set that ever had bonus material of any kind. Had trailers, had interviews, all this cool stuff. Movies encoded in full CAV. The transfer though, by today's standards, it's pretty lacking. I understood it was taken from a film print that wasn't in the best condition because the original elements were lost. But again, it's nice to have, but again, like I said earlier, I would rather watch this on Blu-ray because it looks just a lot better. Alright, I just picked this one up about a week ago. This one set me back 100 big ones, but I got it brand new and it was totally worth it. The Complete Tek Avery. As everyone out there knows, none of the Tex Avery cartoons have been released on DVD anywhere in the United States. There was a box set released in Europe, but most of the cartoons were censored and cut, and this is the only way to get them uncut. There are, however, 2 cut cartoons on here. That's due to what MGM could get the rights to at the time, what they had access to. But aside from that, this is one beautiful set. Complete. I actually got this one rot-free, very happy. I don't like buying new stuff, as stupid as that sounds, because that leaves you prone to more laser rot, but got very lucky, didn't get rotted out. $100 set me aside, but it was still a good deal. Alright, next up, Evil Dead Elite Special Edition. Again, picked this one up at a half-price books, $3. Another one of those things where I said, oh wow, I couldn't believe it. $3, do you really not know what you have? Love this insert. This is where I will say I prefer the look of this to the Blu-ray. This just has a much crisper transfer. I love the full frame transfer on here. The AC3 track is okay. I watched it with it. But you know what? I would rather stick to 2.0 on this one, is the way it was meant to be heard. Beautiful box set. Love the fact also disc is actually solid as gold. You don't see too many of those outside of discs made in Japan. So, all right, next up. It's a mad, 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 mad world. I can't give too much information about this movie as I've only ever seen it one time. I did enjoy it. Got this box set a long, long time ago. This is actually one of the first Laserdiscs I ever bought. Got it from a friend of mine. He was liquidating his uncle's collection. He said, here, you can take a couple movies. Watched it. I was impressed with it. I liked it. But the one thing I do know about this set, and it wasn't until recently that Criterion redid it, this one actually has the long, 3-hour plus cut, and it was only available on Laserdisc until the Criterion collection, redid it recently. So, but still, this is a very pretty box set. I love the way the film is shot. I love the scope of it and everything. It's just a funny movie. Glad I got it all them years ago. All right, now last part of the video, we have one of my favorite box sets that I love pulling out. Jaws. Got this one at a half-price books about 2 months ago. Cost me $3. Got this one nice and complete. Full CAV format. I'm trying to dig in there for you guys. Let me just pull out disc at a time here, just to show you what I got out of there. There we go. Much simpler doing that. Actually got this with a mint copy of the book and an unopened copy of the soundtrack. Not too bad for $3, I'd say. I love the transfer on this set. It is beautiful. The Blu-ray is good, but again, I would more than gladly bust this one out to watch over the Blu-ray any day. But this is a great set. Glad to have got it for such a good price. Well, this ends part 1, guys. Part 2 will be resuming shortly. Talk to you in a bit. Bye-bye.